Hello, everybody. Conrad, are you enjoying the drama and excitement of this story about the battle between the Frightful Four and Ben Grimm against the rest of the Fantastic Four? Lucy, are you enjoying watching the Invisible Girl fight against Madame Medusa? This is like two female super characters in the same story. Wow. And Caleb, I hope one day Caleb gets to enjoy these stories because I sure am enjoying telling them to y'all. Well, it's time to finish up the story that's called To Save You, Why Must I Kill You? And so it's the story of this battle between friends. And when we last saw our heroes, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, had been knocked out by the Thing. Just the flick of his finger knocked him out, and so Johnny's been captured by the Frightful Four, and Ben is under the thrall of the Wingless Wizard, and so the Thing is an ally now of the bad guys. We know that Mr. Fantastic is all wadded up. The Thing wadded him up and stuffed him into a metal canister, and so he's out of the picture. The only member of the Fantastic Four that is out and about is the Invisible Girl, and she's the one we're going to focus on as we open up the next part of this story. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, resorting to her invisible form, Sue Storm desperately searches for the man she loves. Look, she's turning invisible, but she's still knocking over things, so they can find her if she's not careful. She's thinking, I've got to find Reed no matter what, if anything has happened to him. But no, I mustn't even think that way, not about the man I'm going to marry. Unwittingly, the distraught girl peers into the room containing the wizard's id machine, the same diabolical machine which has made the Thing change his personality and turn against his former partners. She looks around and thinks, well, there's nothing here except that forbidding-looking machine. Where can Reed be? What can have happened to him? Oh, what's that noise? It's behind me, in the next room. It's a jar bouncing around the room. Look at that. Bounce, bounce, bounce. What do you think? What's going on with this metal canister? Yeah, you know what's going on. And maybe Sue is about to figure it out. It isn't possible unless there's something alive inside. And so she grabs it. She says, I hear something from inside, like a muffled voice. There's only one answer. My search is finally over. So now she's found the canister that has her fiance, Reed Richards, trapped inside. Oh, she's going to try to open it up. Don't despair, my darling, she thinks, sending her thoughts toward Reed. I'll pry the lid open with my invisible force field. But no, she can't. It's wedged too tight. My efforts bounce right off. And so even her force field is not effective against the way the Thing has crammed that lid on top of the canister. She thinks, I hear voices. They mustn't find me now. And so she steps out of the window to go outside. She says, I'll turn invisible again and leave through this window. I must have time to think. Meanwhile, just a few yards away, Pete says, don't stand there, Thing. Get this paste off me. Thing says, don't get your jaws in an uproar, Sonny. Hey, what's holding the torch up, Wiz? Wiz says, I've fastened an anti-grav disc to his belt to make him easier to handle. And then there's Madame Medusa. She's over there watching. Thing, hollers Pete. How many times do I have to tell you to get this paste off me? You told me enough, Big Mouth. And so the Thing rears back. And whack! He knocks all the paste off. Same time, he knocks the paste out of Pete. He's knocked out. Thing says, in fact, you told me too much. Then he grabs Pete. You were too rough with him, Thing. So what? Says Thing. I got the paste off of him, didn't I? Well, he'll wake up sooner or later. Wizard says, so long as he is under my control, the Thing is a powerful addition to our little force. Medusa suggests, why not put the torch under your id machine also? Then we'll have both of them serving us. A most interesting thought, my dear Medusa, says Wizard. That's a terrible thought. So Medusa opens the door with her hair. I'll see that you're not disturbed in there. Come along, Torch, says the Wizard. When you awaken, you too will be my hapless servant. And while the Torch is under the anti-grav control, he's easy to pull into the room. Meanwhile, Thing says, never a dull moment around here, huh, baby? Okay, Trapster, nap time's over. Come on and join the party. So he pours water over Pete to wake him up. And again, Medusa is watching from the side. I've never known anyone like you before, says Medusa. So she uses her hair to light a match and light the Thing's cigar. Naturally, says Thing, there ain't anyone like me. Pete's wiping the water out of his face. But here comes Sandman. He says, listen, you lumpy gargoyle, stay away from Medusa, I'm warning you. And he squirts his sand on the cigar, putting it out. Thing says, tisk, tisk, I don't like people squirting sand on my cigar. Medusa asks, Sandman, what's wrong? What is it? As if she doesn't know. Don't you get it, Red? Says Thing. He's jealous of you and me, but he won't be jealous long. He'll be too busy picking himself up from all over the landscape. Sandman says, you don't scare me. Stop it, says Medusa. Hold it, both of you. Who's that? I think it's the Wizard. There he is. He says, I have a little surprise for you. Say hello to the newest member of our team, the Human Torch. And look, the Torch is there, standing with the Wizard. He waves and says, hi. Is he under the control of the Wizard too? Has he succumbed to the id machine? Meanwhile, a short distance away, we find Sue Storm still trying to extricate Mr. Fantastic from his incredible prison. She says, perhaps if I use my invisible force field to pull the cover off instead of trying to pound it off, and she's wedged it in between two tree branches, and so now she's grabbing the lid with her force field and pulling. Will it work? Will it succeed? Oh, she pulls so hard, the strain, it's almost unbearable, but I can't give up, not while Reed is a prisoner. So she pulls with her mental power. I'm blacking out, but no, I must hold on. Just a little more, a little more. Thwup! Finally, the lid is removed from the canister. And out pops Mr. Fantastic. Just in time, he says. Another few seconds and the last remaining bit of air would have been gone. But Sue passes out from the strain. Reed, my darling, you're safe. You're... Oh. Well, let's keep going. Sue, it was you who saved me. I might have known. Sue, my dearest, I'll get us out of this somehow. I won't fail you. But then he realizes she's fainted, but she's coming out of it now. Reed says, I have to rest just for a minute, catch my breath, get my strength back. Sue says, Johnny, Ben, oh, Reed, how can we save them? Just the two of us. What can we do? And that's a terrible fate. It's the two of them against 6 opponents. And just a stone's throw away, we find Wizard saying, "Now that the Torch has joined us, we'll have no trouble disposing of the invisible girl. Where can we find her, Torch? Torch, pay attention when I speak." "Sure, sure," says Torch. "I just want to look at this hair. Never saw anything like it." "And look," says, "too bad it isn't fireproof, huh?" And so he lights up his hand and attempts to burn Medusa's hair. She says, "Look out! Keep that flame away from me!" And she jerks away. "Sorry, lady," says Torch. "I must have been careless. No hard feelings." Medusa says, "He did that purposely. Look at his eyes. He's mean, vicious." "Exactly," answers Wizard. "Thanks to my id machine, it's just as I want him." Okay, he wants him mean and vicious and under his control. Suddenly, thick vapors of concentrated tear gas fill the interior of the house without any warning. "Tear gas," says Medusa. "I can't see. I can't breathe." "We're under attack," hollers Wizard. "We've got to get out." Pete says, "The windows. Get out through the windows." And leaning over the roof, we find it's Mr. Fantastic. He says, "It's lucky we found this equipment in the Wizard's storehouse. It's working fine. They'll be rushing out any second now. Better get back to the storehouse, honey." "Our timing is perfect," says Reed. "Here they come. Let me have the discs. Oh, darling, if only it will work. Trust me, Sue. This is going to be our inning." And so Sue has found a canister full of Wizard's anti-grav discs. He's using his fingers like a slingshot. He says, what could be more fitting than to use the Wizard's own anti-gravity discs against him? Here goes. "Be careful, Reed," says Sue. "Johnny and Ben are there with them." "It's Richards," hollers the Wizard. "Look out, you fools. He's shooting my anti-grav discs at you. If you're hit, you'll fly off into the sky." Sandman says, "He's got me with one. It's got the trapster's paste on it." "I'll get you for this, Richards," hollers Ben. Medusa says, "Catch me. I'm drifting upward." "Grab a branch with your hair, Medusa," says Pete. "I'll hold on to this rock. We'll be safe as long as we don't let go." But Medusa says, "We can't stay this way forever." Sandman says, "I thought Richards was trapped. Now he's attacking us." And at that moment, "So far so good," hollers Reed. "Now follow me, Sue. If I can get Ben to the Wizard's lab, perhaps I can undo whatever he did to him." And so Mr. Fantastic reaches out and grabs Ben, and with the anti-grav disc, he's lighter than air, and so he can pull him along. Sue says, his eyes, looking at Ben, they're so filled with hate. "I won't let you experiment on me," hollers Ben. "I'll kill you first. You turned me into the Thing. Ain't that enough?" "Oh, Ben," says Sue, "Reed wants to help you." "Don't waste your breath, darling," answers Reed. "Luckily, the anti-grav disc has him so off balance he's temporarily helpless." But the Wizard, master of gravity, is unaffected by the anti-grav discs, while the Torch had managed to dodge the ones near him. "Come with me, Torch," says Wizard. "Mr. Fantastic must be found and destroyed for good." "Don't worry, Wizard," says the Torch. "He can't get away from me." Flame on! "They can't be far from here. I'll find 'em." The Wizard is thinking, no matter how Richards battles me, his cause is hopeless. So long as the id machine has made the Torch and the Thing my slaves, he cannot last much longer. Well, and I fear that's true. Looking at the torch, the wizard thinks he's like a blazing meteor with his flame. And with the thing's power, the Frightful Four can rule the world. But first, Richards and Sue Storm must be disposed of forever. The torch flew too fast. He missed them, but I caught a glimpse of them hiding beneath the trees as they raced for the house. Now I'll use my anti-grav power as I've never used it before. Wow, what's going to happen? Look at this. Pressing a hidden control stud on his master anti-grav disc, the wizard causes the very trees, the grass, and the rocks beneath them to rise in the air, exposing the fleeing figures below. Look at this power. He's using his anti-gravity power to pull everything that they might hide behind up and out of the way. Thing says, "Ha, the wizard's outsmarted you. You ain't got a chance now." "Sue," hollers Reed, "turn invisible. Take cover. You've still time to escape. I'll see this through alone. Run, my darling, run." But Sue says, "And leave you? Never. I'd sooner—" Oh, I stumbled, and Sue falls. But by the time the valiant girl regains her footing, both she and Reed stand transfixed, gazing upwards as they see. It's Johnny. He's with the wizard, taking orders from him. Sue says, "First Ben, now him. My own brother, diving down to attack us." And look, there's the torch diving down, taking orders from the wizard, who says, "First, rescue the thing from them, then finish them off. Now, torch." "It'll be a cinch," says the torch. "Let go of the thing, Richards." I said, "Let go." "Okay, then, if I have to, I'll do it the hard way." And he shoots a flame bolt at his former allies. Then, before Reed can act, before Sue can turn invisible, they're surrounded by a crackling wall of flame. Their hope of escape seems to turn to ashes. The editor says, don't miss the gripping finale of this great adventure. Next issue, learn the fate of Sue and Reed, and watch what happens to the Frightful Four. All this and more awaits you on the action-packed pages of Fantastic Four number 43, now more than ever, your kind of magazine. Well, I should say so. It's my kind of magazine. What do y'all think? Let's look at the cover of the next issue. Oh my, the title says, "Lo, there shall be an ending. Behold, the fight is over. And look, the thing is collapsed. The Torch, Mr. Fantastic, and Invisible Girl, they all seem to have collapsed at the end of this story. What will it be? Will they be defeated? Will they be able to return the Thing and the Torch to normal? Will they regroup as the Fantastic Four? Or is this the end of our favorite team of heroes? Well, we'll find out next issue, right? You know that I'll be back to finish this story as soon as I can. All right, y'all, I love you a lot. I hope you're having fun. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.